Episode 8. We're back. We have 3 things planned for today. I'll have timestamps in the description, so if you want to skip ahead to a certain part, you can do that there. The times will also be listed right here. First, I want to jump into designing some parts for the A1, namely the fuel sides. You've seen one design for that in the previous episodes, and here's a screenshot as a reminder. In this episode, I want to go over that in a bit more detail and design a new part that'll hopefully fit a little bit better. In part 2, I want to go over the inner design and workings of the A1, so you all get a pretty nice idea of what the plans are. We'll do that part right there while we wait for the printer to prepare the fuel tank. In the last part, we'll use the printed parts and put them to a test. Having said that, let's dive in. Unlike last time, I have a timelapse of me designing the part. The base is a lot wider right now because it was a bit too small last time. It will probably be a bit too wide now, but that's no problem, since this is a prototype anyways, and another one will probably follow. I won't record the actual printing progress right now, since doing that last time gave you all a pretty good idea of how it goes, and getting my phone set up to record such a long time takes a lot of effort, so we'll be skipping over that. Post-scripting notice. After I finished scripting this video, I started using a system for numbering the parts that I print. In this case, we are designing and printing fuel cells, so each part will get assigned an FS label, followed by a number. The part printed last episode is FS1, or Fuel Cell 1, and has been printed on April 16th, decommissioned April 18th, and destroyed April 22nd. Destroyed may sound a bit harsh, but it wasn't super strong, and it had some structural issues. It sort of just broke on its own. The part designed right now would become FS2 and FS3, with FS2 being tested and used to this day. FS3 has been tested a little and is now decommissioned. FS4 featured a slight alteration on the shown design, but it had a failure whilst printing. That's why it's marked destroyed in manufacturing. I plan on using this system for all other fuel cells that will follow, or for other components that will be designed in the future. But now for part 2. I made some graphics. As you can see here, this is a model of the A1 as of now. The design isn't yet finalized and may change a lot between now and our first flight, but this is what we got for now. You may notice there isn't a nose cone on top. This is because that one hasn't been designed yet, it will be added after. The part we are focusing on this episode, the one before, and the couple of few after is situated right here. The bottom part of the rocket, right above where the nozzle will go. More specifically, the 2 fuel seals will go here and here. The top one is just a simple seal, like FS2. The bottom one will feature extra parts and holes, as well as a screw system, so we can add the engines later, and add pressurized air through it. These seals will of course connect to the tank itself, shown right here. This tank will have either the seals or the PVC pipe as it was. When fully loaded, the A1 main tank will have around 20 to 25 bars of pressure within itself. That means that it's really important to have sealed everything correctly. The fuel tank is of course not the only part about a rocket. There's still a lot of things to talk about, like the engine or where other components go. But that, my friends, will be explained in another episode. Subscribe to stay updated. No pressure though, unlike the tanks. But now for the last part, testing. We will conduct a few tests on our part here. The first one will be a hand pressure test, where I just try to break it using the force in my hands. We have 2 parts we can test today. First of all, we have the good old FS2, which I printed last week, or like 2 weeks ago. And then we have the newest one, FS5, and this is the newest one. This one has already been tested numerous times and it is strong, like really strong. This one is also very strong, it can handle a lot. And this one is also a bit lighter. This one comes in at 44 grams and this one at 37. So this is a bit better, but it still weighs a ton. I'm going to see when making future iterations that I can make this a bit lighter. But as you saw, it clearly survived the tests. Very nice. As you can see, it holds up quite good. Way better than the part printed in previous episodes. Before closing off, I've also tested it with a bit of water. I don't have any footage of it, but I threw it in water and I poured water onto it. Basically, a whole lot of testing with water, and they both held up, which is amazing. To conclude this episode, I think we can safely say that there was a success. We were able to learn a lot about our goals, and we tested another part. Very exciting. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.